Hello everyone! Welcome to this walkthrough of the latest updates in Update 4070. We've got some exciting improvements, so let's dive right in. First, we've made a big security improvement by introducing password expiry policies for staff. Now, administrators and business owners can require employees to change their passwords periodically to enhance security. To set this up, go to General Settings, then Store Settings, and look for Security Settings. There, you'll find an option to enable password expiry and define how many days a password remains valid. For example, if you set it to 2 weeks, users will be prompted to update their password when that time is up. If a password is about to expire, the user can still log in but will need to update their credentials before continuing. However, if they don't change it in time, they'll be locked out of the system until they reset their password. When that happens, they'll see a message saying, "Your password has expired. Please change it now." They'll need to enter their current password, create a new one, confirm it, and submit. Once done, the new password will be active for the set duration. We've also introduced a new role that lets administrators control who can export data from the system. This currently applies to customer lists, stock lists, and universal stock lists, but we'll be expanding this to other exportable data areas in future updates. This change does not affect reports. Anyone with report access will still be able to print or export them as usual. This gives businesses better control over data security while ensuring reports remain accessible as needed. Moving on to another enhancement, we've made it possible to attach a price profile to a customer's account. This feature is particularly useful for businesses that offer different pricing structures to various customer segments. For instance, if you have a group of resellers who purchase products at a different rate from regular retail customers, you can now assign the respective price directly to their account. Previously, staff had to manually switch price profiles during sales, either at the point of sale or by dedicating a separate system for specific pricing. This manual process has now been eliminated. When creating or updating a customer's account, you'll now see an option to assign a price profile. This ensures that whenever the customer makes a purchase, the system automatically applies their designated pricing without requiring manual intervention. This functionality has also been extended to the guest and patient pages. As part of this change, we've also adjusted the sales page layout. The customer selection process has been moved forward in the transaction process, allowing the system to detect and apply the appropriate price profile as soon as a customer is selected. 3 key pieces of information are now displayed for the selected customer: ledger balance, credit limit, and remaining available credit. The label showing the number of items in the cart has now been moved into the checkout button. While the F12 shortcut has been removed from the label to provide more space, the functionality remains the same. You can still activate checkout by pressing F12 on the keyboard. Now let's demonstrate how the price profile attachment works. We'll create a price profile that applies a 15% discount on all products and assign it to a customer's account. Now, let's try selling to this selected customer. As you can see, after selecting the customer, the attached price profile is automatically applied, and all item prices are adjusted to reflect the 15% discount. Removing the customer from the transaction will revert the pricing to standard retail rates. This same feature extends to other areas, such as patient transactions during medical consultations or when making reservations for guests. If a guest or patient is linked to a specific profile, such as an insurance plan or corporate discount structure, the system will automatically adjust prices accordingly. Another improvement in this update is the expansion of customer listings. Previously, the system displayed up to 1,000 customers at a time on the customer page and other areas. This limit has now been increased to 10,000, making it easier to search and manage customer data efficiently. While this limit is in place to maintain system performance, users can search for any customer not currently displayed by using the search box. Inventory management has also received significant enhancements, particularly in how consumption rates are calculated. Previously, consumption rates were determined by evaluating the number of sales over a defined period, such as 60 days, and dividing it by the total number of days. However, this approach didn't account for days when a product was out of stock, which could skew the average consumption rate. With this update, the system now eliminates inactive days from the calculation. If a product was only available for 45 days out of a 60-day evaluation period, the consumption rate is now based only on those 45 active days. Alongside this, a more advanced algorithm has been introduced to provide a more accurate reflection of product demand. This refined consumption data is now used to suggest reorder quantities, transfer recommendations, and supplier orders, ensuring that the recommended quantities are more precise. Let's see how this impacts the Generate Reorder level page. The option dialog has been improved with a new setting to control whether data from all outlets should be used to determine the reorder level of a product. This is particularly useful for businesses with multiple outlets. The Generate Reorder interface has also been enhanced with additional details. Users can now see the start and end dates of the evaluation period, the number of days an item was available, the total usage within that period, and the current reorder and order quantities. These insights provide more transparency into how the system generates its recommendations. We've also added this option to the Generate Order page. When generating an order, whether for a single outlet or the entire business, you can now choose how much historical sales data should be considered. We have also expanded the product exclusion list to include 4 times and 5 times the consumption rate to better control how products are automatically added to the list. The improvements extend beyond reordering to outlet transfers as well. When transferring inventory between outlets, apart from the expansion of the exclusion list, the system now uses the new consumption rates to recommend transfer quantities more accurately. Additional inventory details have been introduced on the stock page to support better decision-making. In addition to displaying stock levels for each store, the system now shows the consumption rate and uses that data to calculate how many days the current stock will last. Incoming stock from purchase orders is also factored in, providing an estimate of how long that quantity will sustain demand. The total number of days combines both current and incoming stock, giving businesses a clearer view of stock longevity and helping with more effective planning. New inventory metrics have also been introduced to help businesses analyze product performance more effectively. Items are now categorized based on their impact and profit contribution, grouping them into high-performing, moderate, or low-performing categories based on cumulative profit percentage. High-performing products contribute the most to overall profitability, while low-performing ones have the least impact. Another categorization groups products based on demand, labeling them as stable, moderate, or seasonal. This helps businesses quickly identify which products have consistent demand and which experience seasonal fluctuations. Additional data points have been introduced to provide deeper insights into product performance. Percentage profit works in conjunction with the impact metric, allowing businesses to quickly see how products are classified as high-performing, medium-performing, or low-performing. The number of days represents the total duration a product has been available in stock, while demand days indicates the number of days within that period when the product was actively in demand. For example, if an item was available for 100 days but was sold on only 90 of those days, the system records 100 as the total days and 90 as the demand days. The demand days percentage is then calculated as the proportion of demand days to the total days, offering a clearer understanding of how frequently a product is needed while it is available. Other useful metrics include total demand, which reflects overall sales volume, average demand, which provides daily sales trends, and maximum demand, which records the highest number of units sold in a single day. To further improve profit visibility, additional pricing details have been introduced, including markup, margin, and profit. Markup represents the percentage added to the cost price to determine the selling price, whereas margin is the effective markup based on the actual cost price and selling price. The key difference between these two is that markup reflects the intended pricing strategy, while margin shows the actual profit percentage achieved. Profit is simply the difference between the cost price and the selling price, giving businesses a straightforward view of earnings per item. To make it easier to work with this data, new filtering options have been introduced. Products can now be filtered based on impact, demand, or a combination of key demand-related metrics. These updates are available not only on the stock page but also in the universal stock page, which consolidates stock data from all outlets, and the outlet stocks page, which provides insight into individual outlet inventories. In sales summary reports, we've added a new summarization option. In addition to summarizing sales by day, week, or month, users can now summarize sales by hour. This provides valuable insights into peak sales periods and helps businesses optimize staffing and inventory management accordingly. A small but useful update has also been made to the loyalty stats feature introduced in the last update. Now, double-clicking on any item in the report brings up a detailed breakdown of the transactions that make up the data. This provides deeper insights into how loyalty points are earned and used, making it easier to track customer activity. Beyond these major updates, several performance optimizations and bug fixes have been implemented. The search functionality in the price level section has been improved for faster response times. Data synchronization across multiple outlets has been enhanced, ensuring that updates such as price changes are transmitted more efficiently. An issue where recent purchases failed to display correctly when filtering by date has been resolved, and exporting invoices to multiple pages now functions more smoothly. Additionally, an error affecting the display of previous balances on receipts when processing customer deposits has been fixed, ensuring accurate balance reflections. Another minor fix ensures that the wholesale sales page now displays the wholesale description instead of the product unit. For the next change, we've added a feature to disable inactive outlets from the cloud. If an outlet is no longer in operation, it can be switched off to prevent accidental inventory postings, purchases, or transfers to that location. This ensures that stock records remain accurate and prevents misuse of inactive locations. Now, let's walk through how you can disable an outlet. From the main menu, click on Business, then select Select Outlet. Here, you'll see a list of all the outlets for your business. Each outlet has a toggle switch in front of it. Simply turn this off for any outlet you wish to disable. Once an outlet is disabled, it will no longer be available for inventory transfers, purchases, or postings across your system. This change takes effect across all of your outlets, ensuring that only active outlets remain in use. Let's look at some of the other changes we have added to the cloud. Now, stock adjustments and purchases are handled through actionable commands in the cloud, making the process more trackable and transparent. Every command is logged with detailed tracking, so if there's ever an issue, like a quantity adjustment that doesn't match stock levels, you can easily see what happened. Whenever you adjust stock or purchase new inventory from the cloud, you can track everything in real time. To demonstrate, let's create a stock adjustment. Now, if we navigate to the commands page, you can see the stock adjustment we just created, and the indicator shows that the adjustment is waiting to be executed at the target outlet. This means the system is holding the adjustment until that outlet comes online. Once it does, the system will automatically attempt to process the adjustment. If there's an issue, like insufficient stock, an error message will be displayed. If we look at previous adjustments that have gone through successfully, they're marked as complete. This makes it easy to track what's pending, what needs attention, and what has already been processed, keeping your inventory management clear and hassle-free. We've made some great improvements to the sales report in the cloud. In addition to regular product and service sales, you'll also see reservations, room upgrades, reservation extensions, and combo sales all in one place. This gives you a more complete view of your business's sales activity. And that's not all. We're also bringing inventory tracking to the cloud for the first time. Business owners can now see recent inventory activity and stock history, making it easier to track changes and stay on top of stock movements. We've also added a really useful feature that shows the last time each of your outlets connected to the cloud. This is super important because it helps you quickly check whether the data you're seeing from each location is up to date. When you log into the cloud service, You'll notice the last connection date for each outlet scrolling across the top of the page. If you want to see all the connection dates at once, just click on it, and you'll get a full list. This makes it easy to keep track of which outlets are syncing properly, so you always know you're working with the latest data. If you run a restaurant, bar, pub, or any similar business, we've got something exciting for you. We're making it possible to offer your customers an online version of your menu. This is a game changer. It makes things easier for your team and your customers while saving you the hassle and cost of printing menus over and over again. We know how quickly prices can change, and that can make printed menus outdated in no time. But with an online menu, you can update prices instantly without worrying about reprinting. Here's how it works. When you log into the cloud service, go to Businesses, then click on Food menu. You'll need to activate the feature, and once you do, the system will generate a QR code and a link to your online menu. Simply download and print the QR code, place it somewhere visible in your restaurant, and your customers can scan it with their phones to access the menu anytime. Not only does this cut down on printing costs, but it also gives you full control over your menu in real time. If you want to manage your menu items, just go to Products and Services, then click on Food menu. You can add items, organize them into categories, and even upload images so customers can see what each dish looks like before ordering. We hope this makes life easier for you and your team while giving your customers a smoother, more modern dining experience. Give it a try and let us know what you think. That wraps up all the improvements introduced in this update. We hope you find these new features useful and that they help streamline your business operations. If you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions for future updates, feel free to reach out through our customer support channels. Thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoy using Update 4.070. Have a great day.